Imagine this scenario. You start to notice subtle yet unmistakable signs that someone is showing attraction to you. What should you do next? How can you navigate this situation with grace and confidence? Join me as we explore the intriguing world of budding connections and decipher the language of attraction. Are you ready to unravel the mystery and discover what lies beyond those captivating glances and warm smiles? Let's delve into this fascinating journey together. Tell me, have you ever found yourself in a situation where you sensed someone's attraction towards you? What thoughts raced through your mind in that moment? Tip 1. Reflect on your feelings. Ask yourself how you feel about this person. Are you attracted to them as well? Do you see potential for a relationship, or is it strictly platonic or professional on your end? Reflecting on your feelings is an essential first step when you notice someone showing signs of attraction towards you. Here's a deeper look into why reflection is important and how to do it. Self-understanding. Acknowledge your emotions regarding the person. Do you feel a sense of excitement, indifference, or discomfort when you think about them? Assess attraction. Determine if there is any level of attraction on your end. Attraction can be physical, emotional, or intellectual, and recognizing this can help clarify your feelings towards the person. Evaluate compatibility. Consider how well your values, interests, and lifestyles align. Compatibility is a key factor in assessing the potential for a relationship. Long-term potential. Think about what you are looking for in the long term. Are you interested in a committed relationship, casual dating, or do you prefer friendship? Relationship status. Reflect on your current relationship status and if you're ready to start something new. If you're already in a relationship, weigh the implications carefully. Impact on other aspects of life. Consider how pursuing a relationship with this person could affect other areas of your life, such as your work, social circles, or personal goals. Gut feeling. Trust your intuition. Often, gut feelings can guide us when making decisions about relationships. Seek advice. If you're unsure about your feelings, discussing the situation with a trusted friend, family member, or counselor can offer you an outside perspective. By taking the time to reflect on these aspects, you can better understand your own feelings, which will guide your decisions on how to interact with the person exhibiting signs of attraction towards you. Remember that there's no rush to act immediately. It's perfectly okay to observe and reflect until you're certain of your feelings. Tip 2. Consider the context. Assess the context of your relationship. Are they a coworker, friend, or a casual acquaintance? Understanding the context can direct you on how to proceed, especially when there are professional boundaries to consider. Considering the context of your relationship with someone showing signs of attraction towards you is crucial for several reasons. It helps you navigate the situation with thoughtful consideration for both your personal and professional boundaries. Here's how you can assess and use the context of your relationship to inform your actions. Professional boundaries. If the person is a coworker or someone you interact with in a professional setting, it's vital to consider the potential impacts on your work environment. Professional relationships require a level of decorum to maintain a comfortable and productive workplace for everyone. Social circles. If the person is part of your social circle, think about the dynamics it might affect within the group. Are there mutual friends to consider? How might your relationship change the group dynamic? Casual acquaintances. With someone you don't know well, it's essential to take more time to understand your feelings and their intentions. Moving forward, whether in friendship or something more, should be based on mutual interest and clear communication. Friendship. If they're already a friend, consider how transitioning to a romantic relationship might change the dynamic. Are you willing to risk the friendship for the possibility of something more? Understanding the foundation of your current relationship will guide your next steps. Existing relationships. If either of you is already in a relationship, it's important to tread carefully. Respect existing commitments and consider the consequences of any actions. Cultural and social considerations. Be aware of any cultural or social factors that might influence the relationship. Different backgrounds can have distinct norms regarding dating and relationships, which are important to consider. Communication channels. Depends on how you mainly communicate, through work, social media, in person. This affects how you might address your feelings or establish boundaries respectfully. Direct communication. Open and honest dialogue is key, especially in professional settings or complex social circles, to clarify intentions and reach mutual understanding. Seek advice. Sometimes, getting an external perspective from someone outside the situation can offer valuable insights on the best course of action. Consider long-term implications. Weigh the potential outcomes of pursuing or not pursuing a relationship, keeping both short-term emotions and long-term consequences in mind. Tip 3. Observe consistency. Look for consistency in their behavior. Is the attraction one-off or consistent over time? Consistency may give a clearer signal of genuine interest. Observing consistency in a person's behavior is essential to understand whether their attraction towards you is genuine, or whether you might have misinterpreted their actions. Here are some steps you can take to observe the consistency in their behavior. Repeated behavior. Are they consistently showing behavior that indicates attraction, such as showing interest in your life, maintaining prolonged eye contact, frequently initiating conversation, or giving compliments? Casual, random acts of kindness may mean friendship rather than romantic interest. Situational behavior. Are they only behaving this way in certain situations or around certain people? For instance, if they only show signs of attraction when others are around, they might be trying to make someone else jealous or could be doing it for attention. However, if their behavior remains consistent regardless of the setting and company, it might signify genuine attraction. Behavior over time. Monitor their behavior over a period of time. If the signs of attraction are persistent and do not fluctuate dramatically over time, it might be a genuine feeling. How they treat others. Watch how they interact with others. If they show the same level of attention and kindness to others, they might just have a friendly personality. If their behavior towards you is distinctly different and more personal, it could be a sign of attraction. React to their behavior. Notice if their behavior changes when you reciprocate or pull away. If they are genuinely attracted to you, they will typically be consistent with their behavior and won't be easily swayed by changes in your behavior. Mutual friends. If you both have common friends, their observations might offer another perspective on the person's behavior. However, be discreet and respectful when seeking such insights, as it might see an invasion of privacy if done without tact. Why understanding consistency in behavior is important. Prevents misinterpretation. Failing to observe consistency can lead to misinterpretations and possibly hurt feelings. Understanding intentions. Knowing whether they're consistently attracted to you helps you understand their intentions, allowing you to make informed decisions about how to respond. Establishing respect and trust. Consistent behavior helps establish respect and trust, foundational elements for any potential relationship. Remember, even if someone is consistently showing signs of attraction, it's crucial to openly communicate about feelings and intentions if and when you feel comfortable doing so. Observing consistency, while important, should not replace direct and respectful conversation. Tip 4. Respond appropriately. If you're interested as well, you might return their gestures or engage in more conversation to show reciprocated interest. If you're not interested, aim to maintain professionalism and cordiality without encouraging the behavior. Responding appropriately to someone's signs of attraction is key to managing the situation with sensitivity and respect, both for your feelings and theirs. Here's how you can navigate your response. If you're interested, reciprocate openness, show openness to their gestures and communications. If they initiate conversation often, engage with them by showing genuine interest in what they have to say. Initiate interaction, take the initiative to start conversations or suggest spending time together in appropriate settings, such as a coffee outing or a group event. Nonverbal cues, use body language that signals your interest, like maintaining eye contact, smiling, and facing towards them when talking. Be clear. If you feel comfortable, consider being straightforward about your interest in getting to know them better. Honesty can be very refreshing and can move the relationship forward in a positive way. If you're not interested, maintain professionalism, stay professional, especially in a work context. Continue to interact respectfully, but ensure that your behavior can't be misinterpreted as a sign of romantic or personal interest. Set boundaries. If necessary, set clear boundaries. You can do this by avoiding one-on-one situations that could be misinterpreted or by limiting personal conversations, especially those outside the context of work or the current relationship dynamic. Be kind but firm. If the individual expresses their feelings or if you feel the need to address the situation, respond with kindness, but be firm in your lack of romantic interest. It's important to do this sensitively to avoid hurt feelings where possible. Avoid flirtatious behavior. Make sure not to engage in any behavior that could be seen as flirtatious or leading them on, such as frequent touching or playful teasing that could be misunderstood. Encourage other interactions. Steer the relationship towards group settings or professional contexts where there is less likelihood of misunderstandings. Regardless of your interest, it is paramount to respond in a way that aligns with your feelings and respects the other person's emotions. By doing so, you can manage the situation tactfully while upholding your integrity and the other person's dignity. Tip 5. Establish boundaries. If the attraction is not mutual or you wish not to pursue anything, it's important to establish boundaries. Be clear, yet gentle, about your stance. You can do this by avoiding giving mixed signals and being direct about your intentions, or lack thereof. Establishing boundaries in a situation where someone is attracted to you, but the feeling is not mutual, is critically important. Boundaries provide a clear way for you to navigate your relationship without leading to misunderstanding or heartbreak. Here is a helpful guide on how you can establish these boundaries. Clear and honest communication. If you feel comfortable, have a conversation where you gently but firmly express your feelings. Be direct but kind about your lack of romantic interest, respect their emotions, and thank them for their honesty. Avoid mixed signals. Be mindful of your actions so they are not misconstrued as signals of interest. This might mean avoiding behaviors such as flirting, touching, or engaging in deep personal conversations that could be misunderstood. Professional and social context. Limit your interaction to professional or platonic contexts. If it's a coworker, choose to meet only in work settings with others present. If it's a friend, avoid one-on-one time and instead opt for group activities. Body language. Be aware of your body language, as it communicates a lot about your feelings. Lack of physical contact and maintaining a proper distance can signal your intentions. Encourage other interactions. Encourage them to branch out and engage with others in social situations. It takes the pressure off of you and can help them move on. Establish contact boundaries. Decide when and where you are comfortable with contact. If constant texting makes you uncomfortable, relay that too. Everyone is entitled to their peace, and you shouldn't feel compelled to answer messages outside of the time that you're comfortable with. Remember, it's important to keep these boundaries consistent. Sending mixed signals can lead to confusion and prolong the situation. However, situations might not always be straightforward. In such cases, seeking advice from a trusted friend, mentor, or counselor can be helpful. They may provide an external perspective that you may not have considered and could guide you on how to handle things. While establishing boundaries can sometimes feel difficult, keep in mind that it's essential for maintaining a healthy interaction and is respectful to both parties involved. Everyone deserves to be in relationships where their feelings and boundaries are respected. Tip 6. Communicate if comfortable. If it feels appropriate and you're comfortable, you could have a candid discussion about your feelings. This can help prevent misunderstandings and allow both parties to move forward accordingly. Having an open and candid discussion about your feelings can be a significant step in maintaining clarity and respecting your relationship with a person who might be attracted to you. Here's how to approach this conversation. Choose the right moment. Find an appropriate time and place for this conversation. Privacy is key, as it allows both parties to be open and vulnerable. Be honest and compassionate. Approach the conversation with honesty, but also with sensitivity to their feelings. It's important to express yourself clearly without being hurtful. Use I statements. When you discuss your feelings, use I statements to express how you feel. This helps in not sounding accusatory. For example, say, "I feel that I need to clarify my feelings," instead of "you make me feel." Listen actively. Give them a chance to speak and listen to what they have to say. This respect for their perspective is fundamental to a sensitive conversation. Clarify your intentions. If you don't share their romantic feelings, be clear about this. Explain your position gently and firmly to avoid any ambiguities. Discuss boundaries. If necessary, this is a good time to discuss and agree on boundaries that both of you are comfortable with. Boundaries can help prevent further misunderstandings. Express appreciation. If their attraction came as flattery or if you value your relationship in other ways, make it clear that you appreciate their feelings or the friendship. However, reinforce that you don't have romantic intentions. Prepare for reactions. Understand that this conversation could lead to a range of emotions. They might feel embarrassed, sad, or even relieved to know the truth. Be prepared to handle these reactions with kindness and steadiness. Give it time. After the conversation, give each other some space. This can allow for any tension to dissipate and for emotions to settle. Follow through. After you've had the discussion, it's important to follow through with the boundaries and behaviors you've discussed. This reinforces the sincerity of the conversation and helps aid the transition to a clearer relationship. Remember, not all conversations about feelings will go perfectly, and not all responses will be what you expect. However, the act of communicating respectfully and openly is healthy and often necessary to ensure both parties can move forward with mutual understanding and respect. Tip 7. Respect their feelings. Recognize that expressing attraction requires vulnerability. Regardless of your interest, treat them with respect and kindness. Recognizing the courage it takes to express attraction towards someone is crucial in responding with empathy and respect. Here are strategies to ensure you honor their vulnerability while maintaining your boundaries. Acknowledge their courage. Understand that it takes significant bravery to express feelings of attraction. Begin by acknowledging this courage, perhaps by saying something like, "I really appreciate you being so honest and open with me." Respond with kindness. Regardless of whether you share their feelings, it's important to respond with kindness. A compassionate response helps preserve the person's dignity and can alleviate some of the discomfort associated with rejection. Avoid dismissive language. Choose your words carefully to avoid minimizing their feelings. Avoid phrases that trivialize their emotions, such as "it's not a big deal" or "you'll get over it." Empathize with their situation. Try to put yourself in their shoes. How would you want someone to respond if the roles were reversed? This perspective can guide you to interact in a more thoughtful and considerate manner. Maintain privacy. If they've confided in you privately, respect that confidentiality. Avoid sharing or discussing the situation with others who are not involved. This helps in maintaining trust and respect. Be clear and gentle in your response. If you do not share their attraction, it's important to be honest about your own feelings, or lack thereof. However, ensure that your honesty is tempered with gentleness to mitigate hurt feelings. Offer space if needed. Understand that they might need some time and space to process your response. Let them lead the way in terms of how much contact they are comfortable with going forward. Set boundaries consistently. If you have decided not to pursue a relationship, consistently uphold the boundaries you've set. This consistency helps prevent further emotional turmoil for both parties. Focus on the positive aspects, if appropriate, and you'd like to continue a different form of relationship, e.g., friendship. Emphasize the value you find in that relationship. For instance, I value our friendship deeply and hope we can continue to support each other in that way. Seek support if needed. Navigating these situations can be challenging. If you're finding it difficult, don't hesitate to seek advice from trusted friends, family, or a professional counselor. Respecting someone's feelings when they express attraction towards you, especially when the feeling isn't mutual, is a delicate balance. The goal is to handle their vulnerability with care, maintaining their dignity and your boundaries with kindness, honesty, and respect. Tip 8. Listen to your gut. Trust your instincts. If something feels off or uncomfortable, trust that feeling and take steps to ensure your emotional and physical safety. Listening to your gut instinct is a crucial aspect of navigating interpersonal relationships, particularly when dealing with matters of attraction and boundaries. Here's how you can heed your inner voice and protect your well-being. Acknowledge your feelings. The first step is to recognize and accept your gut feelings. If something feels uncomfortable or wrong, it's important to acknowledge that sensation without judgment. Reflect on your feelings. Take some time to understand what your instincts are telling you. Are you feeling uneasy about a person's intentions, the speed at which a relationship is progressing, or perhaps something you can't quite pinpoint? Reflection can help clarify these feelings. Trust your judgment. Often, your gut reaction is a subconscious accumulation of observations and experiences. Trusting this can be a form of self-respect, acknowledging that your feelings and intuitions are valid and important. Set boundaries accordingly. Once you've recognized and understood your gut feelings, it's essential to set boundaries that reflect your comfort level. Clearly communicate these boundaries to others involved. Seek support. If you're uncertain about your feelings or how to proceed, talking to a trusted friend, family member, or counselor can provide clarity and reinforcement. Sometimes, external perspectives can validate your intuition and suggest ways to address your concerns. Take action to feel safe. If your intuition signals a threat to your emotional or physical safety, it's crucial to take immediate steps to protect yourself. This might include distancing yourself from certain individuals, changing your routine, or seeking assistance from authorities or support organizations. Practice self-care. Navigating discomfort or unsettling situations can take a toll on your well-being. Engage in activities that promote self-care and relaxation to maintain your mental and emotional health. Reassess if necessary. It's okay to change your mind based on new information or a shift in your comfort level. Listening to your gut is an ongoing process, and it's important to remain open to reassessing situations and boundaries as needed. Document concerns. If your intuition involves concerns about someone's behavior, consider documenting these observations. This can be helpful for personal reflection or if ever you need to communicate your concerns to someone else. Empower yourself with knowledge. Understanding personal boundaries, communication strategies, and signs of unhealthy relationships can empower you to act on your gut feelings with confidence and insight. Listening to your gut is a protective mechanism that helps navigate the complexities of relationships. By valuing and acting on your instincts, you prioritize your safety, well-being, and peace of mind. If your gut tells you something isn't right, it's okay to step back, reassess, and ensure that you are in a situation that respects your boundaries and comfort. Tip 9. Protect your emotional space. It's okay to take time to think about how you want to handle the situation. Make sure you're considering your emotional well-being in whatever you choose to do. Protecting your emotional space is a vital aspect of self-care, especially when confronted with potentially challenging situations such as navigating someone's feelings of attraction towards you. Here are steps to help ensure your choices are aligned with your emotional well-being. Recognize your right to space. Understand that it's completely acceptable to take time for yourself to consider how you want to respond. You are not obligated to provide an immediate answer or solution to anyone. Assess your feelings. Before deciding on a course of action, gauge your own emotions. How does this situation make you feel? Are you comfortable, anxious, happy, or overwhelmed? Your feelings will guide what comes next. Take a break if needed. There is no harm in stepping back from the situation to prevent rushed decisions. Communicate that you need some time to think, ensuring that the other person understands your need for space. Consult your support system. If you are unsure, discuss the situation with close friends, family, or a counselor who can provide support and advice. Sometimes just talking it out can offer new perspectives and clarity. Make self-care a priority. During this time, don't neglect self-care practices. Engage in activities that promote your mental and emotional health, whether that's exercise, meditation, creative pursuits, or simply relaxation. Establish boundaries. Determine what boundaries you need to maintain a healthy emotional state. This might include setting limits on communication, types of interactions, or the physical space you require. Communicate clearly. Once you've decided on the boundaries and the approach you're comfortable with, communicate your decision clearly and respectfully. Clarity can help prevent misunderstandings and further emotional strain. Remember, your needs are important. Your emotional health should not be compromised for the sake of someone else's desires or expectations. Prioritizing your well-being isn't selfish, it's necessary. Monitor your emotions. As the situation progresses, keep in touch with your emotions. If you find yourself becoming stressed, anxious, or unhappy, reassess the situation and adjust your boundaries as needed. Be compassionate to yourself and others. Navigating emotional situations can be difficult for everyone involved. Practice compassion by being kind to yourself and understanding that others might be struggling, too. Lastly, ensure that whatever decision you make, it's done with consideration for your own emotional health and longevity. It's crucial to be in environments that support your well-being and allows you to thrive. It's okay to say no, to need more time, or to change your mind as you protect your emotional space. If you find this content enriching, please give us a thumbs up, share, and subscribe for more insightful videos. Feel free to share your thoughts and questions in the comments section below. I appreciate every view, like, and comment, as they help us grow a community focused on psychological well-being and effective decision-making. Join me in the next video for more guidance on navigating life's choices wisely. Here's to making informed decisions and living enriched lives.